Oh my God, I just totally got catfished. He looks absolutely nothing like his picture.
So I found out the guy that I've been dating is married with kids. His wife just reached out to me.
Welcome to the meat market. The single scene is an absolute slaughterhouse, and we are here to devour it. We are your hosts. I'm Lindsay.
I'm Jess.
And here is our prime selection for the day, our spicy, sizzling single Monique. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Tell us about yourself. Who are you? What do you do? What are you looking for? Why are you single? Spill the juice.
My name is Monique. I'm a teacher. I've been a teacher for 15 years. I'm from England.
England.
Oh my God.
Hooligans.
Oh my goodness.
What's wrong with you, Brit?
I'm here to find someone, obviously. Obviously, I haven't had good luck with the dating scene.
What? You haven't had good luck
No,
dating in Scottsdale?
shocking, right? Yeah, those apps are a joke. So I've just kind of taken a break. The last 2 relationships I've been in have been not so fun. So kind of taking a break, but I'm ready to kind of see what's out there. So here I am.
Dip your toes in the water.
On the meat market.
What?
Wait, it is the meat market.
Looking for some bratwurst? Some spicy loins?
Pork chops.
So what are you looking for? Are you looking to get married? Are you looking for kids?
You know what? I'm just looking, whatever happens. Whoops, sorry. I'm looking for whatever happens. I'm not into, yes, I want to get married. I want to have kids.
So your mind is open,
It
like
is
your legs.
open. Like the whole
hot pants, Monique with the hot pants.
So what are your hobbies?
I love movies. I like going to festivals, events, wine, movies, food, dogs, traveling. I love traveling. So,
Tell us about your type.
well, I think I have the cliche type that every girl likes, tall, dark hair, tattoos, bad boy.
Uniforms.
Oh, yes, I do like a good uniform. On the floor. So, but obviously that hasn't worked out. So I'm trying to venture out, but it's
Speaking
hard.
of uniforms, how do you feel about guys in thongs?
How is a thong a uniform? Like for a stripper?
Like guy who wears a thong.
You see them sell male thongs in like the stores, and it's like, who finds that attractive?
What stores are you shopping in that you're seeing men's thongs?
I'm like Chippendales or Thunder from Down Under. They wear
That
thongs.
is not a uniform.
Does anyone Lindsay's shopping at the stripper stores?
Yeah.
And she's like, when you go to the store.
Average store fascination. No, but does any woman find thongs on a male attractive? I'm curious.
Oh my
Do you?
God, I've never met a man that wears a thong.
So you
to be
haven't-
Yes,
No.
I have,
But
and
how
I do
would you
not find it
feel
attractive.
If you're on a date and the guy comes in wearing a
No, that's
Rocking
gonna
a
be,
thong.
I don't know. I don't think
So if he comes into a restaurant in
and
a thong?
he announces it, or like he has a whale's tail, like he's got his thong like up on his hip and he's got the low waist. I'd be like, I think we are looking for different things, sir. Actually, I think we're looking for the same thing, but you're not going to get it from me.
I prefer my thongs on a woman. I'll just say that.
A whale tail. Oh my God. Like,
How did we get here, you guys? How did we
I
get
need to
here?
she thinks the thong is a uniform.
All I can think about is Borat with his thong. That's
Which
like
is that
this
color,
color.
yeah.
Like, I guess that technically is a uniform. It's a beach uniform.
I was just
boy.
legitimately wondering if any woman finds a male attractive wearing a thong.
No.
You know?
I did have an ex, I'm not going to lie, who loved to put on my thongs.
Are you serious?
Wait,
And
your
then,
thongs?
and then on his head too as a helmet. And
No.
Wait,
it was
he
really-
did this for fun or like sexually? It was a turn on for him.
I think it was both.
Did he like put it over his nose? So he
It
could
was kind
smell
of
you?
like where it was like this, and I would get out of the shower and it was my last one.
I
Uncle
know.
Dick.
Wait,
really?
Would he like put them on like on his legs, like wear
he
them?
did. He would put, but
Oh.
on his head, he loved to put them on his head as a helmet, and it would creep me out because I'd get out of the shower and he'd just be standing there.
Oh.
Hence, he's an ex. It was
So-
so weird. It was.
People's
Creepy.
kinks, man, are like,
It was.
people are into the weirdest shit.
So I would
like,
just-
people are into the weirdest
And I didn't want to like
shit.
make him mad because I'm like kind of scared, you know. I was like, oh,
But
that's
you're like,
really
that's
cute.
my thong, bro. Like, what?
Dun, 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 dun. So have you had any dating disaster stories?
I've had a lot of dating disasters. A lot of guys would come in and they talk about their exes all the time.
Oh.
I had one guy and he just was sitting on his phone. I'm like, what, is everything okay? He's like, yeah, I'm just looking at my ex. You want to see a picture of my ex?
Was this the first date?
Yeah, it was a first day. And
Okay, so we should talk about this.
So I remember when I was newly dating a guy. We'd been dating for a couple months. He posted a picture on his Facebook of his ex and her new baby.
what?
That's weird, right? So I thought it was kind of weird. So I confronted him about it and he did not understand why I found it such a big deal. And he's like, I posted it on Facebook not thinking everyone could see it. I posted it for me privately. I didn't know everyone could see that I posted it. And I'm like, that's still kind of weird that you're posting pictures of your ex and her new baby. Then we were supposed to go on a Halloween bike ride the following week. And he's like, oh, I can't make it. I'm going to help my ex install some ceiling fans.
Yeah,
That's weird, right? No?
I mean, were they married? How long were they together? Like, were they friends before they dated or were married? Do they have kids together?
No, they do not have kids together. That's different. I understand you have to communicate if you have kids.
And helping with house repairs if your children are living in the house.
Yeah, she did not have kids with him.
Is one. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't do exes. I can't handle
I feel like
it.
that happens to you a lot where men will be, you're in a relationship and they are still continuously chatting with their exes.
Yeah, and I cannot do the ex. Like, my ex-husband, his ex was constantly messaging me, talking about their sex life and how great it was, and sending me naked pictures of herself.
What?
And he did nothing about it. He did absolutely nothing about it. And so it was just, it was infuriating. Didn't like
I think it depends. I think it depends on the nature of the relationship of the person with their ex. And it depends, was your ex-husband still sleeping with her while he was with you?
I hope not. I mean,
because that's
I was married to him, so I hope not.
Because that's the other thing is a lot of times, men or women are still communicating with their ex because they're still messing around with their ex.
Well, weren't they swingers?
They were swingers.
Yeah.
They were swingers. Yeah.
But he was okay with not swinging when he was married to you?
He knew that I wasn't into that. And so he said, oh yeah, that's not my thing. It was her. It was all her. She wanted to do that. Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. So it was just really, it was so weird to me. It was really odd. But he didn't put underwear on his head either. So, pick your battles, I guess, at this point when you're dating, Well,
let's start marinating, shall we? Today's topic is, can you get past infidelity in a relationship? Now, first of all, I want to say, how stupid do men think we are? Because I've been cheated on multiple times and I've heard every line in the book like, oh, I'm going to my old frat house tonight and my phone is dying, so I'm not going to have my phone on me all night long.
My old frat house, Lindsay was cheated on in college.
No, this was in our 30s.
Wait,
he's like, I'm going to visit my old frat house. And I'm like, dude, you're 35. Like, why are you going to
in itself?
Another guy, no joke, I went to his house and I'm not jealous at all. I'm not insecure. And I see these women's sunglasses on his breakfast bar. And I'm like, whose are these? And he's like, oh, my handyman was up on my roof fixing a tile and found these on the roof. Like, how stupid do you think I am? Another same guy, and you know this guy. Remember I had a party at Talking Stick Resort during the day, the whole day? He didn't come because he had a flat tire. So it takes you all day long to fix your flat tire.
Was it
really?
Was it? I was joking. I was gonna say, wasn't he the one with that like ridiculous orange like Lamborghini? Was it that guy? He had that ridiculous orange car.
That guy,
it was a different guy. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe it did take him all day. Maybe he couldn't find anybody to fix those specialty tires on his ridiculous ass car.
But like, they think we're that stupid.
I think
to believe all this stuff.
Yeah, no,
but
I think so.
Back to the point. I personally think it's very hard to get over infidelity. Once a guy has cheated on you and lied to you, you always question that. Like my husband flies for the airlines. He's a pilot. And if he was to cheat on me, as a pilot, planes get delayed, they get canceled, you get stranded somewhere. But if he was to ever cheat and we were to try to get past it, it would always be on my mind. Is your flight really delayed? Is your flight really canceled?
Yeah,
I would find it very difficult. What do you guys think?
I agree.
I could not get over it.
Well, and I think it's intention. It's more of the intention than it is the act. Like for me anyways, because like to cheat, you're lying, you're doing something deceptive, you're doing it on purpose
And they know exactly what they're doing.
You know it's going to hurt the person that you're with. So it's more about the intention than the act. Like if men were just upfront in the beginning and we're like, hey, so here's the deal. I have a tendency to cheat. Take it or leave it. Then it's your choice.
Like I'm a womanizer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then do you move forward with the relationship or do you not? Because at that point, then it's your choice. Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, this man knows that he's not able to be faithful. And so then if you decide to pursue a relationship, so it's just like, it's like the intention behind it more so than the actual act itself.
Well, I remember, excuse me, sorry. You were dating a guy, a lawyer. I feel like lawyers often lie and often cheat. I don't want to slam lawyers. I know there are the exceptions.
And she's married to a pilot, like the number one cheating occupation in the entire world.
The truth, yeah. But so you were dating that lawyer and he was texting his ex, right? And then remember,
and I would be with him and his ex would call him and she's just wanting to be back and I just ignore it. And I
tell
just
the story when he got pulled over. So you were supposed to go on a date that night, right?
Yeah, we were supposed to go on a date and I'm just waiting and he tried to call me and I was doing something and I called him back, nothing. I kept calling him, nothing. And he sent me a text saying, I got pulled over by the police, so I'm not able to talk right now. I was like, oh my God, is everything okay? And I didn't hear him the whole time because he was dealing with the police for being pulled over.
The whole night.
That was it. And I never heard from him the rest of the night. So
does it take all night? Unless it was a female cop that pulled him over.
Maybe it did take all night for him to get out of that
Put your
ticket.
hands on the car and spread those legs.
Isn't that a little Wayne song?
Like a cop.
Everything you say.
What's your number? 911.
Everything you say can and will be held against you.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So and after that, no, done. Dunners. I don't deal with that. So.
And I feel like you've had a lot of guys cheat on you with their ex. Like remember that one guy, beach hut deli, hashtag beach hut deli.
Hashtag.
Always use hashtags. But he
was dating a porn star.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't know how I would feel about that.
I didn't know until
really hard.
He gave me his phone to take a picture of us like doing something, and then I saw, "Hey, baby," and I was like, "What is this?" And then he's like, "I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. It's just another girl. We're just friends." I'm like, "Yeah, you don't call a friend baby, And then she was a porn star, and next. I have no tolerance for BS. I don't. If you're gonna be an a-hole, then next. Which I feel like in my life is gonna be a constant next. So yeah.
You give assholes though a couple chances. Are you over that? Are you setting boundaries, Monique? Is this are we turning over a new leaf? Are we a boundary? Are we a woman with boundaries now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh God, I know my family wouldn't tolerate it at all. I know my mom. My mom was like, "No, I'm gonna get a shotgun." And
your mom goes country. Your mom turns total country.
She totally does.
She goes from Playboy bunny to that down south, barefoot on the front deck with a shotgun in her hand and the Budweiser.
Gaggy gone wild.
Gaggy gone wild. I remember I lost my virginity to a guy when I was living in Japan. And I was dating him and he was prime douche nugget, like cheating on me, like left and right. And his shoes were, because in Japan, you take your shoes off at the front. And my mom had seen his shoes there. And she's like, I wanted to take those shoes and just shred them all up to bits.
Savage.
Yes. She's like, I was this close to doing that. So we'd have to walk home with no shoes.
She is really savage.
Oh my God, I never would have thought this.
She was about to piss Gaggy off.
I never would have thought this about her. Her Scotch eggs are just so delicious. Like a woman that makes Scotch eggs
she looks
so deliciously. Like, how can she be this? How can she be
Crocker,
this other alter ego?
She always said, you never take a man serious until you have a ring on that finger. You date around. You do not.
And even then, don't take him serious.
Your dad's just like, yes, dear.
Drinking his cup of tea. Yes, dear.
Eating his Scotch eggs.
Eating his Scotch eggs.
Gaggy.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Was there anything else you wanted to add, or did you have any other stories you wanted to share?
I think I'm good. Yeah.
Any other questions for you, Jess?
I mean, I have loads of stories, but
listen, the way that this conversation went to men wearing thongs, I'm really happy. I'm really happy we had this
thongs as a uniform.
I'm really happy we had this conversation today.
One thing I did want to touch on. So she's dated a lot of guys that on the first date, she always offers I always offer to pay to be polite. I think it's the polite thing to do. But that one guy you went out with recently, he ordered multiple martinis. He ordered a bunch of food. She had one drink. She offered to pay, and he put the whole thing on her credit card.
It was AZ88, and that's expensive. I had one martini, and he had a whole full blown, and I always offered to pay.
Me too. I think it's the polite thing.
Yeah, I do. And
you don't agree with that, though, right?
If a guy invites me on a date, I think the guy should pay.
Oh,
you don't even offer?
Yeah. No, not usually. Not for dinner.
See,
I'll buy drinks or something. I will pay for things, as the dates go on. But if it's a first date and a man asks me out on a first date, I'm not going to offer to pay. Because here's the thing, right? So now here you are complaining that you had to pay, but you offered. So your actions aren't matching your words. If you're offering to pay, you should be okay with paying, because now you can't complain about it now because you offered. And so
I just feel like it's the right thing to do, so it doesn't seem like I'm out for, free drinks.
So you're not expecting it.
Yeah. And the fact that and then, after we got out of the restaurant, he's like, let's go for more drinks. I'm like, no, I'm not going to pay for you to get drunk tonight. So bye. So no.
I will say when I was single, I would always offer to pay. And it was surprising how many men would accept my credit card.
Yeah.
And, I did offer to be nice, but you just don't expect that they're on a first date.
On a first date, no.
Second date, third date, fourth date, whatever.
That's what I'm saying. As it goes on, I'm more than happy to pay for things along the way. But if it's the man inviting me out on a first date, I typically don't offer to pay.
I just feel, when the bill comes, I just have that kind of
panic attack.
I don't. The bill comes and I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much. This is such a wonderful date.
I want that mentality though. I want to have that confidence. I'm like, yeah, thank you.
I hate confrontation.
Yeah,
so I feel like, I'm going to use the restroom, I'm going to use the loo.
I also very, very, very rarely accept dinner as a first date. I do not. I don't do dinner on a first date. I typically will do a coffee as a first date, or something that isn't such a high price tag. Okay. Because one, I don't want to be stuck at a dinner for 2 hours with someone who
you're not interested in.
Yeah, I'm not interested in, because I can typically tell fairly early on whether I'm going to be interested in going on a second date or not. And so it doesn't happen to me often, because I'm not going on dinner dates as a first date.
I agree, because that happened with Rulabulas. I had a date and it was a dinner date, and I saw him. I was like, oh my gosh, what did I get myself into? I'm going to be here for 2 hours. And after that, never again. But for me, I can't do coffee. It has to be wine, because even if I'm not into the guy, at least I can get drunk. So.
Places now have you can do an Irish coffee. You can get a shot of Jameson. You can get a shot of Jameson in your coffee.
Put it in my coffee. And that espresso martini.
Yes.
Yeah.
And after a few cocktails, he's going to be looking pretty good.
Exactly.
Even in a thong. Well, that's a wrap, guys. If any of you sexy singles out there want to go on a date with Monique, go to our Facebook or Instagram at Meat Market Podcast and send us a DM. And please don't forget to like us and follow us at Meat Market Podcast. Thank you so much for coming to the Meat Market. And thank you to our sponsor, AZ Prime Property Management, for all your superior property management and rental needs. Without them, this would not be possible. So please like them on Facebook, follow them on Instagram, AZ Prime Property Management. See you next week at the Meat Market.